Ever feel like you're not a real artist because you didn't go to art school, don't have a perfect portfolio, or still struggle with self doubt? Me too. What if your creativity doesn't need to be perfect, polished, or profitable to be real? What if being a beginner is actually the best place to start? Hi there, I'm Jenn Parretta. I'm an art therapist, a sex educator, and a forever creative in progress. And today I wanted to share with you a little bit about how I rebuilt my relationship with creativity after years of imposter syndrome and feeling like I couldn't call myself an artist. Being an artist is something that I have always wanted to do and always wanted to be. But I grew up in a home where being an artist wasn't seen as a profitable or lucrative career. So we were always told to go to school first and then you could pursue your hobbies, passions, or dreams. As I developed over my childhood, I knew that I had a little bit more of a creative mindset than some of the people that I was around. However, I never was able to refine my skills very well because I didn't go into art classes. I didn't really solidify my skills. And so I was always just kind of like at an almost great level, but not like good enough, but always make me feel more bad about my art and make me not want to pursue it more. Same with like music. I was always good enough to be a second chair or be close to the first chairs, but I was never good enough to be a first chair. So I had many experiences like that over my child and adolescent period. It really wasn't until I was an adult that I actually found the passion and the mindset to be able to become a creative and to work through a lot of the hindrances that come up with the self-doubt and the lack of confidence that can come with being an artist. Despite not feeling like I was fully an artist, I still always dabbled in creative endeavors. I wanted to be a model really bad when I was a teenager because that's what teenagers want to be, are models. And so I started taking part in a lot of photo shoots, creating photo shoots, teaching people how to pose. Did model for a good chunk of my early adult years, but it wasn't lucrative enough to pay my bills. Plus, I wanted to go to school and not be a model. As I continued in school, I tried to pick art back up after feeling like I wasn't an artist for years. I practiced a little bit and it took a while. If you look at some of my art from when I started this journey, maybe I'll post a picture here versus now-ish. I haven't been doing much art lately, but now-ish. It took some refinement to be able to see that I can accomplish a task, make the thing look like the thing, and that reinforcement would set in. The same thing would happen when I would pick up new things. Like I became a professional dancer, circus artist, and fire performer for much of my school years. That's how I got through school, was I danced with fire. That's not something I learned when I was younger. That's something I saw somebody do when I went to a festival and was like, that is cool. I want to learn how to do that. It took hours and hours of daily practice to get to a point where I felt confident in my skills. Every time I learned a new trick, I was able to nail it and land it and show somebody and saw their face get excited about it, I would get excited about it. And that taught me, you got to figure out how to find those key ways that you can track your progress and not get too caught up on not being able to do certain things. When I am feeling the most judgment or self-doubt about my own work or my own process, that is a moment I actually take the opportunity to go learn something new that's not anything to do with what I'm doing. That might be like when I decided to go take a ceramics class, knowing that I've never done ceramics before. I found out I'm terrible throwing pottery on a wheel. I'm not very great at keeping centered. I didn't have a lot of strength, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And even though I wasn't very good at it, it was the joy and the intentional effort at trying to learn how to do it and still finding joy in the process that I really loved. In the same vein, I decided to pick up ice skating one day. I wanted to get better at roller skating, but there wasn't a whole lot of classes, so I figured ice skating kind of translates over. I found an ice skating rink nearby, and this was during COVID. I ended up taking 6 months of lessons, and I was the only adult in the class. So really, one, I had to stay motivated enough to go to a class full of kids and have a good time doing it. Two, I ended up realizing I'm pretty much getting private instruction because all of the kids were with other instructors and I had my own instructor. Three, I earned patches every time I finished a class, and how awesome it felt to earn a patch. Four, I got invited to do their show performance class because they needed an extra adult to help manage all the kids. And I got a gold medal for participating, even though half the kids forgot the routine halfway through the competition. We were the only group that participated in the show performance category, so we all got gold medals. And how cool was it that I got to a level 4 of ice skating, which I haven't ice skated since all of this, like 5 years ago. And I got 4 patches, I got a gold medal, I got to say I was in a competition, and it was just a really cool experience to be able to learn how to do something new. But the biggest key tip I have to getting over the creative block is really enjoying that process of being a beginner and learning something new. Because every time you learn something new and you feel that reward, it's going to keep that inspiration moving. For anyone that is on their own journey to finding your creative voice, the first thing I have to recommend is let go and trust the process. That's the motto of art therapists, also process of a product. We don't care what the outcome looks like. We just want to know, how did you feel while you were doing it? Did you have fun? Did you learn how to do something new? You can't expect yourself to be or to create a Van Gogh or a Picasso your very first time, every single time. You gotta learn to have fun and play with materials and be okay with trying something new. Learn to thrive in being a beginner again. The more you can have fun in letting go and experimentation, the easier being creative will be. So if you're sitting in that stuck place, doubting your creativity and feeling like you'll never be good enough, start by becoming a beginner again. Try something new, mess it up, laugh through it. That's how you build a creative identity. Not by getting it perfect, but by showing up with curiosity and trust. Give yourself that permission to make bad art. Try something that lights you up, even if you suck at it. That's where confidence is born. In the trying, in the joy, in the trust. Do the thing that scares you the most. The lesson that I took most from roller skating and ice skating is learn how to do the thing that you're most scared of. The first thing that you learn how to do in traditional lessons is learn how to fall. So how do we do the most scary thing first? You don't have to feel like you're a real artist to start acting like one. Your creativity is already real. Right now, today, you just have to let yourself play. Thank you so much for watching today. My name is Jen, and if you liked this video, make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have any ideas for anything else you would like me to talk about. If you watched this video and you really liked it, you should check out my What is Art Therapy video. If you're curious about starting art therapy and you're in the state of Washington, you can reach out to me at creativewellbeings.com. Otherwise, you can check out my blog, my videos, and my website for worksheets and handouts and even things like ebooks. I'll catch you next time.